Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Empowering Minds Mental Health Podcast. And I want to welcome you to this time that is just for you. So, whether you are listening on your way to work, you might be lying in the bed, sitting in your car, or pausing in between responsibility. This next hour is an invitation to breathe, to be seen, and to remember that your mind and your heart matter. So today's episode is just a word of encouragement that I want to give you in regards to mental health. There will be no pressure to fix everything, no demand that you be positive, and no judgment for where you are. So instead, this space is going to allow you to acknowledge how you really feel, offer yourself compassion instead of shame. Remember that you are not alone. Take some small steps towards hope. So as you listen, you might hear words that feel like they are directly speaking to you or to your situation. Let them land softly. If something doesn't fit you, just let it pass by like a cloud in the sky. If you can do so safely, take a deep breath in through your nose, hold, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Not to make anything magically disappear, but to signal your body in this moment, I am allowed to slow down. Naming where you are. Many people move through their day feeling like they have to hide what's really going on inside. Smile on the outside, storms on the inside. If that is you today, there's nothing wrong with you. You have been trying to survive in a world that often moves way too fast and asks way too much. Maybe you are carrying anxiety about money, health, or family issues, grief over someone you lost or something that ended, exhaustion from caregiving, parenting, school, or work, loneliness, even while surrounded by people, frustration that you know better but still struggle. So I want you to take a moment to silently name what you are carrying. You don't have to say it out loud. Just be honest with you. Be honest with yourself. You might quietly say something like, right now, I feel anxious. Right now, I feel angry. Right now, I feel numb. Or right now, I feel tired. Notice that you are not saying, I am anxiety, or I am depression, or I am failure. You are saying, I feel, which means is an experience you are having, not the total definition of who you are. If tears come, they are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign that your body has been holding more than it was meant to hold alone. If no tears come, that's okay too. Numbness can be a form of protection when things have been way too much for way too long. Wherever you are allowed to be there. Start exactly where you are, not where you think you should be. Now, I want to talk a little bit about releasing shame and self-blame. Now, this is something real personal. One of the heaviest weights on mental health is shame. Shame says you are too much. You are not enough. Everyone else is handling life way better than you. If you were stronger or had more faith, you wouldn't feel this way. Those are lies that attach themselves to our pain, and it makes it so heavy. You may have heard them from people, culture, or from your own inner critic. But I want you to take a moment to notice your inner voice. If your inner voice or your thoughts, they speak or sound harsh, they sound critical, or constant judgment, I want you to ask yourself, whose voice does this sound like? A parent, a teacher, an ex, a pastor, social media, a younger, scared version of you. You did not come into this world talking to yourself with hatred. That voice was learned. And anything that can be learned can be unlearned. Right now, if it's safe for you, if you're not driving, I want you to gently imagine speaking to yourself the way you would speak to someone you love who is struggling. You would not say, "You're so weak for feeling this way," or at least I hope you wouldn't. I would hope you would say things like, "You've been carrying a lot lately," or "No wonder you feel overwhelmed." Anyone in your situation would be tired, or "You deserve kindness too." Take a breath. And if you're in a safe place, place your hand over your heart or on your chest and silently say to yourself, "I am doing the best I can with what I have. I am allowed to struggle and still be worthy of love. What I feel is real and it matters. I am not my diagnosis. I am not my worst day." So I want to encourage you that you are not behind. You are on a path, and this is one chapter, not your whole story. So now, y'all, I want to talk about small steps and not big leaps. See, when life feels heavy, the brain often jumps to all or nothing thinking. If you can't do it perfectly, it's not worth doing at all. If I can't change everything, why bother changing anything? But healing does not usually come from huge, dramatic leaps. It often comes from many small, quiet choices repeated over time. So just think about one small, doable act of care that is within your reach today. Not a whole life overhaul, but just a small step, such as drinking a glass of water, opening a window to let some light or fresh air, taking a short walk or stretching for a few minutes, or hitting up Planet Fitness or Larry's Gym or Gold's Gym or wherever it is that you go. Sending one text message to a safe person. Writing down 3 feelings you have without judging them. If you take medication, take your prescribed medication. Scheduling or keeping one appointment. So if you are listening and thinking, I don't have the energy for any of that, then your small step might be this. Keep breathing and stay the next few minutes of this podcast. Listening right now is already a form of self care. You are caring for yourself. So now I want you to pause for just a moment and ask yourself, what is the one small kind thing I can do for myself today? Let the answer be simple. Let it be honest. Let it be something you can actually complete or accomplish. Remember, tiny shifts are still real shifts. A 1% change is still a change. You are allowed to build your life one small act of care at a time. Next, I want to talk a little bit about you are not alone. One of the cruel tricks of mental health struggles is the feeling that you're the only one who feels a certain way. Your mind may say things like, no one would understand. Everyone else is stronger. If they knew what I thought about, they would walk away. The truth is, many people are carrying silent battles behind their smiles, their posts, and their routines. I can testify to that. You are not the only one who has had trouble getting out of bed, cried in the bathroom, and then wiped your face and went back into your job, a meeting, smiled in public, and broke down in private. Question whether things will really ever get better. There are people who have been where you are and they are still there. There are people who have been where you are and they are still here. It's all about your perspective and how you take small steps to move forward. The road sometimes is not easy. People who have been through things and they've been where you are and they are still here is because they never thought about, or maybe they have thought about giving up, but they didn't, right? So, because somehow, some way, one day at a time, they kept living long enough to see things shift, even if it was just 1%, just a little bit. See, community can look many different ways. It might be a therapist, counselor, peer support specialist, life coach. It could be a support group or faith community, that one trusted friend or family member, a hotline or text line when things feel unsafe. Online communities such as NAMI, NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness. We have North Carolina affiliate chapters. They offer online communities that are safe and moderated. So if reaching out feels scary, that's normal. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is feeling fear and reaching out anyway in a small, safe way. I want to encourage you. You are not a burden for needing support. You, my friends, are human beings, and human beings are built for connection. So tap in and connect to the support that best suits your needs. Now, I want to talk about hope that is honest. Many people have been handed a version of hope that ignores reality. You know, sometimes people just say things like, just think positive or, or get over it. I've been told that a many a times. Or sometimes people say, well, just pray harder. And see, when you say things like this, when someone may be going through something, it can feel dismissive to someone who is struggling. Honest hope does not deny pain. Honest hope says, this is hard and you are still here. Things have been dark and there is still the possibility of light. You have been hurt and healing is possible. You feel tired and rest is still an option. Hope can look very small. It might be getting through this hour without giving up, believing that tomorrow can be 2% lighter than today, trusting that your story is not finished yet, allowing yourself to imagine a future version of you who feels safer and more whole. Take a moment and picture yourself a year from now. Not a perfect, flawless version of you, just a you who has had some support, some rest, some resources, some small steps, some moments of joy sprinkled in between. What might be different? Maybe you sleep a little bit better. Maybe you have one or two healthier boundaries. Maybe you have one person you can be honest with. Maybe your inner critic is a little quieter and your inner encourager is getting louder. You do not have to know exactly how you will get there. You only need to know that it is worth staying here long enough to see it. Even when you cannot hold hope for yourself, sometimes others can hold it for you until you are strong enough to pick it back up again. Right now, let these words hold a little hope for you. You are not your worst moment. You are not beyond help. You are not disqualified from healing. As this time together begins to close, again, I want you to notice about your feelings, how you feel in this moment. You may feel a little lighter, or you may feel more aware of your pain or things that you may be going through. But guess what? Both are okay. Awareness is not a step backward, it is often the first step forward. You have just spent this time investing in your mental and emotional health through listening to the podcast. That matters. So before I close, here are some affirmations that you can repeat silently or out loud. And you can say all of them. You can choose one or two that that feel true to you, true enough that you can hold on to it. My life has value, even on the days I struggle. I am allowed to ask for help. Small steps count. I am worthy of love and care. I am doing the best I can, and that's enough for today. My story is not over. I can keep going one moment, one step at a time. Now, if your faith is important to you, you can also add your own prayers and scriptures that remind you of love, grace, mercy, and new beginnings. Let those words sit beside your feelings, not against them. As this episode ends, I want you to consider one action you can take. Reach out to someone and let them know how you're doing. Write down one sentence about what stood out to you. Sit in silence for a minute and just breathe. Thank you all for choosing to stay, to listen, and to care for yourself in this way. See, a lot of times we think self care, it comes with some form of money attached. This didn't cost you a thing, but just a few minutes of your time. You are not alone in this. You are worthy of gentleness, support, and a life that feels more like home to you. Wherever you are, however you feel, you are seen, you are valued, and you are needed in this world. Keep going, one breath, one step, one day at a time. Peace and blessings. Take care until next time. I love you all.